Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Niasim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. This video is a reminder to tell some people that no matter how hard you try to please some people, there are some people that are not pleasable. No matter how you try to please them, you cannot please them. Even if you die pleasing them, it is still not enough. And I also wanted to note that you cannot, proximity to whiteness does not make you white. No matter how hard you try to be white, you are still not white. And one thing with them is that they know who is white and who is not white, except when you are absolutely white person. Now there is a video circulating around, white people screaming, white nation, we are ready for deportation. Where are the Latinos? Where are you people, Asians? Because it looks like it's one after the other that they are doing it. Let me tell us something. The fact that you lived with people for a long time and you don't listen to them will absolutely put you in problem. But one thing I know for sure is that the same people that I am still trying to talk to will tell you that if they had the opportunity again, that they will still vote for him. To tell you that some people will never change. Right? So this is it. Now you all can see how they've been dragging you people up and down because you all did the wrong thing. And still, my people are the problem. Let's get into this video.
White nation! White nation! Now we start the deportation!
There's your sleeper cell. That's a terrorist organization. That's the people that want to carry out violence against American citizens.
White nation! White nation! Now we start the deportation! Now we start the deportation! White nation! White nation! Close borders! Close borders! Now we start the deportation! Now we start the deportation! You're right, gentlemen.
The people that you voted for Latinos for Trump, the people that you supported are those people. When they got out of the polls, out of the voting centers, they probably said hi to you. They saw you with a MAGA flag. They saw you with a little red, with a Trump shirt. And they say, hey, brother, thank you for your support. We love having Latinos on our side. Thank you. Those are the people that you supported. You sided as a Latino for Trump with the white supremacists. You know this. At the most basic level, you understand why your Latino brothers and sisters despise you, why they don't want to talk to you. Because you voted with that group that you see right there, with the people who hate us. You abandoned and forsaken the people that meant something to you, that loved you, that took care of you since you were a child. You forsaken those people for that group, for the people who want to exterminate your livelihood and who you represent. And you have to sleep with that every night. This is the part that you need to understand. That's your group now. So you go and hang out with them and see if they take you. Que tengan buen día.
I always tell people the day the Latino, African American, Asian, and other communities realize that they share the same oppressor is the day we start winning. Because we are the majority in this country now. We have the ability to take over this country and to do what is needed for everyone and to make things fair. But the problem is our communities are divided. They're completely divided. And I talk about this all the time, is that like for Asian Americans and for African Americans, we probably have one of the worst relationships between any community.
Well,
right?
I bet you a lot of Asian Americans too don't, in my experience, don't even realize that if it wasn't for the civil rights movement, if it wasn't for that,
Yes.
there would not be 22 million Asian Americans in this
Thank
country.
Thank you.
So,
And what I have been trying to teach the Asian community is like, friends, do you understand that your success, your prosperity, your civil rights that you enjoy right now was paid for with Black blood?
yes.
Right? And the fact that you don't recognize that shows you how much you take this for granted and how much you don't care about the future. Because
yes.
if you understood this, you would be grateful for their sacrifice and understand what they have gone through for you to have rights. And the second thing along with that is I remind you that liberty and rights don't exist in perpetuity. They exist as long as we say they exist. And if you want it to continue in the future, it's not going to be Black people again. They're not going to go to fight this battle for you again this time. You will have to go fight it. Trying to teach the Asian community is like, friends, do you understand that your success, your prosperity, your civil rights that you enjoy right now was paid for with Black blood? Yes.
The thing is that we know. We've always known. And we sang it from the rooftops. But people just don't want to listen because they want to be the model minority, especially the Asians. I've seen multiple videos of Asians saying that they were taught that they needed to align themselves with whiteness, uphold white supremacy, so that they could be the model minority and get more benefits and have a easier, successful life when they migrate here. All of the other immigrants, I don't even know what they think. I don't know, but it seems like everybody generally, they're told to avoid us. They're told that we're bad. They believe the negative stereotypes and the negative propaganda that they see when they're back home praying and dying and wishing to come over to America. They see these negative images of us. They see us on TV fighting, and they're only shown negativity. So it doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter how many of us that they meet that's successful, literal millionaires, 100,000aires, business owners, holding multiple degrees, rearing children successfully, living in beautiful neighborhoods. It doesn't matter. They still want to compete with us because they want to be better. They feel like we're ungrateful and we don't deserve what we have. And an immigrant told me this earlier on a panel. And ultimately, it seems like they just don't like us. Now, not every single individual person from these communities have or share these same sentiments, but enough do, to whereas it's like the collective. So we know this. We know. But do they know? And maybe they'll hear it and receive it better coming from someone that looks more like them. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
And Latino people were so determined to distance themselves from Black folk this go around, they ended up doing themselves a disservice. Because truthfully, I know the narrative is that, oh, it's the Cubans and Puerto Ricans because their proximity to whiteness. But statistically wise, if you look at it, it seems as though every single ethnic group under the Latin population was voting for Donald Trump. Now, you would think after the events that unfolded in Robert Uvalde Elementary School that people would understand what climate that we were in, but no, y'all just hate Black people so much. Because what the fuck do you mean the police officers didn't want to go in there and help the students because they were scared? Bitch, that's your job. Y'all think if Shirley Temple was in Robert Uvalde Elementary School that they wouldn't have gotten Shirley Temple? They would be like, nah, we gotta get Shirley Temple right now. We have to get Shirley Temple. We gotta save her. They would have airlifted that bitch out of there. Black people are one of the few minority groups that are willing to diversify their community with Latino people and embrace them with open arms. That is surveyed and statistically proven. So much to the point that we got Latino people saying nigga because they think they Black.
Time is of the essence. I'm like, Jalen, y'all are too slow. Black people, Black women are not the problem. Black women are the blessing. I'm in a generous mood. It's a beautiful morning. So here is some free, very unsolicited advice from Black women in the 92%. Because I need some communities that are receiving a little taste of what Black people in this country have been dealing with for centuries. Black people are not the source of any of this. I'm really shocked. I thought we'd already said everything we had to say about this, but I'm still seeing these videos and these podcast episodes. We empathize with you. We care very much about you. In fact, there's probably some grandmothers praying over y'all right now. This is taking too long. Marginalized communities, you are capable of leading yourself, of learning lessons quickly and acting. Y'all, there's a lot of work to do to get yourself free. Stop wasting time. Any video that starts off with, where are Black people? Why aren't Black people? It's not gonna get you any closer to liberation, counting our pockets, checking our time, figuring out where Black people are, especially where Black women are. Y'all have communities within the United States that have to figure out how to align and work with each other first. You yourself come from many different countries, many different traditions. You've got your own bonds with whiteness and white supremacy, wanting to be close to whiteness that y'all got to work on. Now, we can't do nothing for you with that. You have your own communities to learn from, to galvanize with. Y'all got plenty of work to do without us. Any sentence that starts with, where are Black people? Why aren't Black people? is to me an indicator that you're more committed to procrastinating and finger pointing than you are to figuring things out and coming up with a solution. This is just unsolicited advice. Asking what we're doing is not helping anyone. It's certainly not helping you, your predicament, or the situation this country's in right now. Okay, skip over this part and get to the work. It's so funny to me the way people characterize our community as lazy and incompetent, and when it comes time to do real work, hard work, even other marginalized communities that are known for their hard work are still looking at us to pick up this gigantic battle and banner for them. Like, we're just not doing it. Do yourself a favor. Skip over this part where you're trying to finger point, blame, and procrastinate. Get over it. Black women are not the problem. Black women are the blessing. Start doing the hard work of organizing and getting alignment within your own community. Y'all got all kind of different groups. Y'all got to try to understand and organize and bring together. Get to identifying your young leaders, organizing, galvanizing, strategizing amongst yourself. Get to work. No one else can lead you as a group to freedom. We had to lead ourselves to freedom, and now we've got different priorities right now. We're still getting free, but Black women of the 92% are going about it in a different way. Doesn't mean we don't care for you, doesn't mean we don't have empathy, doesn't mean even that we don't stand in solidarity with your position, but we can't do the work for you. We found that out the hard way. Get to it. Like Jalen said, y'all too slow. Hurry up. Get to the work. Just because we're in solidarity with each other, we support you, but we're not running to the front of your fight. Hurry up. Let's go so we can get free. Stop wasting time. You're wasting time. Women of the 92%. If you have an idea of what these other marginalized communities can do, need to do, instead of pointing the finger at us and asking us to work, I would love for you to chime in. If you are feeling generous the way I'm feeling this morning, and you have some ideas for how these other marginalized community can start getting it together, how they can maybe jump over a few steps, stop the complaining about us, asking where is everybody to chip in. If y'all got some advice, if you have some advice for them, please put it down there. A lot of us might be feeling generous today. Let's go.
As a Latina woman, I will never understand the need to have a proximity to whiteness in the Latino community. First of all, colorism is absolutely rampant no matter where you go with Latinos. You know, I grew up with it. One time when I was little, I came back from Cancun and I had like a tan, and my grandma made me start scrubbing myself so that I could get rid of that tan. On top of that, I've been told by both my grandmas that I need to mejorar la raza. But I was dating my ex, who was very morenito. I got into a really big fight with my aunt because she was like, Kelly, don't you want somebody with colored eyes? Don't you want somebody with lighter skin? What about your kids? Your kids are gonna come out dark. And like, my sister is like 5 shades darker than me. That was one of the biggest fights my aunt and I got into because, you know, my sister, my everything. And if my sister ever at any point begins to feel insecure about her skin color because our family members can't keep their fucking bullshit to themselves. And you know, I've had to have the talk with my sister, who's a lot darker than I am, about the fact that there are going to be people out there that do not like her simply because of her skin color. And it is so difficult to try to explain why that is to a child. Luckily, we live in a Latino community, so it's purely Latinos everywhere, and they're like all the same color as her. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, it makes me sad to have this conversation with her. My grandma always used to tell me to marry or date a white man because they're gonna take care of me and make sure that I'm like, you know, set for life. But at the end of the day, like, both the kids that married white men, one of them has to deal with racism from extended family members who say that she's only with him because of his money. My other aunt, she's married to a bigot and has become a bigot herself. On top of that, one thing I noticed is that white people have no problem moving far, far away from their families. Like, they will move states over, or maybe even countries over. And, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it is just an observation because a lot of my Latina family members who married white men have picked up everything and left because of their husbands, you know, pushing
This is all I got from this video. And others see. Everything going on at this one in time is really crazy. You can see the people that Latinos and all that supported, they are out there screaming, white nation, we are ready for deportation. I mean, like, that fat one doing white nation, just one push, she is already. Now, this is also a reminder that Stephen Miller actually said that they want only 100 million people in the country, and if it is 100 people, they want people that look like them. So, which means other people are actually not wanted. It is obvious. The fact that these people did not read the handwriting on the wall. Like, I don't know how to explain this. How can you be living with people and you do not know them? And then the people that know them so well told you, people, come back. There is no need going this way. Let's take the other way. You always say, oh, this road, I would rather die there. Let me just continue going, right? Because this was what happened. And in the end, my own people are still the problem, no matter how. The other man said, not until you all understand that how black people have always been there for you people. The only people that have sweared everything. You know what this is what we call betrayal. And if people betrayed you and you decided to go back to the people again, they said, like, I betrayed you and you are coming back to me again, that it's your problem. There is still high chances that I will still betray you again, and again. So it is left for you to know how you are going to handle me. It's either you handle me with sense or you just leave yourself all for me, and I will continue to use you. So these people want to continue to use people for no reason. The way I am seeing things, because I saw a video where they said, if I had the opportunity, I would still vote for him. Right? So how am I supposed to come and save your butt and tomorrow you put me also in problem? So I am not bringing this video because I want to chastise somebody. Sometimes there is need to bring proof of some certain things going on. So this is a huge proof to let you all know that no matter how much you want to associate yourself with whiteness, you are not whiteness. They know white people when they see white people. They know black person when they see black person. The same thing as other people of color, right? And they do not want you in the sense that they just do not want to mix. Because the same people that are looking for a way to chase you away looks for a way to bring people into the country and straight up give them citizenship. And you people will still come and blame black people for what is going on. So this is also a reminder, anytime somebody tells you that they want you to go out there and put your body, I want you to know that they do not deserve it. Save yourself the stress. Bye for now.